Helping children embrace constructive criticism, a guide for parents and teachers. Teaching kids to handle constructive criticism is an essential skill that can benefit them throughout life. Learning to accept feedback positively fosters self-awareness, resilience, and a growth mindset, which are crucial in both personal and academic settings. Children who learn to handle constructive criticism well tend to become more confident, adaptable, and effective problem solvers. Here are some effective strategies for parents, teachers, and caregivers to support children in developing this valuable life skill. 1. Explain the purpose of constructive criticism. Children often perceive any form of feedback as negative, so the first step is helping them understand the purpose of constructive criticism. Explain that constructive criticism is meant to help them improve, not to point out flaws. Use examples they can relate to, such as learning a new game or sport, where practice and feedback lead to improvement. By understanding that constructive criticism is a tool for growth, children are less likely to feel defensive or discouraged. 2. Model a positive response to feedback. Kids learn by observing adults, so how we handle criticism ourselves serves as a powerful example. Show children how to react gracefully when receiving feedback. If a child sees a parent or teacher accepting suggestions with openness and gratitude, they're more likely to adopt the same approach. When an adult makes a mistake or receives constructive criticism, discussing it openly and positively can help children see that everyone can benefit from feedback. 3. Teach active listening skills. Sometimes, children may become upset simply because they do not fully understand the feedback. Teaching active listening can help ensure they grasp the constructive intent behind criticism. Encourage them to listen to the entire message without interrupting, and to ask clarifying questions if they're unsure. Practicing phrases like, "Can you explain that a bit more?" or "I didn't understand this part, can you help me?" fosters a habit of engaging with feedback rather than shutting down. 4. Separate the behavior from the self. Children can internalize criticism as a reflection of their worth rather than as feedback on their actions. Emphasize that constructive criticism is about behavior, not about them as individuals. For instance, if a child struggled with a project, focus on specific parts of the process rather than the end result. Say, "Next time, maybe we can try organizing your time better for each part of the project," instead of, "You didn't do a good job." This way, children understand that they can change certain behaviors without feeling that they are bad or not good enough. 5. Encourage a growth mindset. Carol Dweck's concept of a growth mindset, where individuals view their abilities as changeable through effort and learning, is especially relevant when teaching kids about constructive criticism. Emphasize the idea that mistakes are opportunities for learning rather than setbacks. Praise effort, perseverance, and progress, helping children see challenges and feedback as stepping stones to improvement. For example, if a child receives feedback on a math assignment, focus on the fact that they can improve by practicing and that every effort counts. 6. Praise progress and effort. Constructive criticism should be balanced with recognition of a child's strengths and accomplishments. Celebrate progress, no matter how small, to help them associate feedback with improvement. By recognizing their effort and celebrating achievements, you're reinforcing that feedback is part of the journey toward personal growth. When they understand that their hard work leads to progress, they're more likely to accept constructive criticism as a helpful part of the process. 7. Teach kids to self-reflect. Self-reflection allows children to evaluate their own work and recognize areas for improvement before others point them out. Guide them through questions such as, "What part of this assignment was hardest for you?" or "If you could do this again, would you change anything?" By developing self-reflection skills, children become more receptive to external feedback and start to take ownership of their growth. 8. Provide specific and actionable feedback. When giving constructive criticism to children, be specific about what can be improved and how. Vague feedback can be confusing and discouraging, while specific guidance provides a clear path forward. Instead of saying, "This story needs more work," try, "Your story is really interesting." Adding more details about the main character's feelings might make it even better. Actionable feedback shows children that improvement is within their reach and provides concrete steps they can take. 9. Encourage a positive attitude towards learning. Creating a positive environment around learning and improvement can help children feel safe and motivated to take on constructive criticism. Celebrate the learning process itself and remind them that every skill takes time to master. Let them know that making mistakes is a normal part of learning. When children see learning as a journey rather than a destination, they become more resilient and open to feedback along the way. Conclusion: teaching kids to handle constructive criticism is about building resilience, emotional intelligence, and a lifelong love for learning. By guiding them to understand, accept, and act upon feedback, we prepare them for a world where self-improvement is key to success. Through positive reinforcement, self-reflection, and a supportive environment, parents and teachers can help children see constructive criticism as a valuable tool, one that empowers them to grow and become the best versions of themselves.